Okay, Yags, listen up, please. Now, look, last season you guys really did let me down, crashing out of the cup in the second round. Not this year, though. We're going to do better. Now, have I loaned out a lot of players and left this incredibly short in defence? Yes. But that's not an excuse for you. It's an excuse for me. So get out there, make sure you win, get us into the third round, or else you'll all be sleeping in the sit holes tonight.
Jarune, za tebe mi dijete diše, tu je važno samo jedno, nogomet i ništa više. Jarune.
Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Jarun on the Impossible Dream. It is Season 10 Episode 4 today. We have two huge games for very, very different reasons. First up, we host Rennes in the Champions League, and if we win that, we go to 9 points. We are effectively into the next round, the knockout round. So let's hope we can do that. And then the JAGs, they will host Lokomotiva in the Cup. This is the stage, of course, where we got knocked out last season. I have loaned maybe one or two too many JAGs out this season, but we'll have a look how I did in the first round. It's a fairly solid side, no depth, but the actual side itself, the starting 11, is pretty good. So we'll see if they can take a top flight scalp. Now, there's not too much else to catch you up on, which is why we're starting on the Champions League screen. I just needed something. But yeah, not too much has happened. So let's get straight into the catch up. There's 3 games, 2 in the league, 1 in the cup. First up in the league was against Dinamo Zagreb. We took a first half lead when Kovacic crossed for Medza. And it was 2-0 early in the second half when Enrique found Bosniak unmarked. Before Crespi crossed for Raz to get our third in stoppage time. So not a bad cross from a centre-back at the end there, was it? This was, as it's come to be against Dinamo Zagreb, just incredibly comfortable. You can see from the match ratings, everybody played well. We dominated possession. They didn't really have that much in terms of chances. And yeah, I don't know. Are we that good, or are they that bad, or is it somewhere in between? Which is probably where it is, to be honest. But yeah, very, very nicely done indeed. And next up, it was the cup game. It was against the same team we played last year, like Jarun or something like that. Non-playable league side, so at least third tier or lower. Let's see how the JAGs did. We went ahead when Perso found Turpic unmarked. But they pulled level before half-time. Siraj played in Medza just after the break to restore our lead. And the same two combined to make it 3-1. So it was comfortable enough, to be honest. The penalty was more or less the only chance they had. But you can see what I mean about how, like, the first team isn't too bad. Now, Kostic technically isn't a JAG, but we signed him as a youth prospect, so he counts in my books, and that's all that matters. But Skolobar, Taninsky, Kovacic, Novak, Perso, Haskar are both very, like 4 or 5 star potential. Then Siraj, Turpic and Medza. That is a pretty good team. You scratch the surface and we have no defenders. There's a few out on loan, but yeah, it does get very bare after that. But the first 11, with the exception of, we all remember Tino last year getting sent off, don't we? With the exception of him, it's a pretty good first 11. So we'll see how we get on against Lokomotiva a little bit later in the episode. Final game to catch you up on was Slaven Belupa, who are, of course, I'm not sure if they were at the time or not, but certainly earlier on this year were the surprise league leaders. We fell behind early. And it was 2-0 midway through the second half, before Kovacic pulled one back in style. So we were absolutely robbed in this one. They had a penalty and still their XG wasn't as high as ours. They only had 2 shots on target, which both went in. Now, Pinto didn't have a great game, which probably explains a little bit of that. But yeah, I do not understand how we lost this game. We were just far and away the better team, and it was just one of those FM'd, I believe is the phrase, isn't it? So we take it on the chin. We move on. Let's have a look at the league table. And we can see we're still in a pretty good position. 2 points off top. Slaven and Hajduk are both above us right now. Dinamo 3 points back. And Aussie just in danger of losing touch with the top 5. And yes, looking increasingly like it might be a 3-way battle for the bottom spot and then the play out. So yeah, we'll see how the season develops. Quick look at some of the league leaders, and hope everybody's sitting down. Pinta, we have the most clean sheets, which never happens for us. But yeah, we can see there, we've got some good average ratings. We've got Holt up there for assists as well. But man, the match awards, and a couple of yellow cards, which is always nice to see as well, isn't it? We have racking up the bookings this year for some reason. Anyway, let's go and see what we're doing here against Rennes. Champions League up first. And of course, as one of our home games, we do really need to be winning it. So we're expecting sort of a 4-4-2 diamond, or you can sort of describe that however best you see fit. And this is a team that we're sending out now. We are going to just start off a little bit more cautiously, just to be careful. And it's one of those where we can go. I'd rather go attacking and try and win a game from 0-0 than go attacking, trying to come back from go behind basically. So Pinta goes in goal, Sanchez, Monsalvo and Butchman are the back three, Torres, Enrique are the wit, Sithole, Zinco and Siraj, with Lacko and Bertic back up front. Bertic coming back from injury again, not the greatest match sharpness, but hopefully he will be fine. Alright, so we can see the team sheets there. Don't recognise any name. There's one or two names I might recognise from other versions of FM. Oh, Mats Bagstrom, we tried to sign him. When we played, I want to say, put on a show out there, I can get on board with that. AGF, did we play them? No, their Finnish side. I can't think who it's called now, but we actually did try to sign him. So, yeah, I've gone blank now. But anyway, we played them in the Champions League, and I saw him then. And, yeah, so we tried to sign him. But at the time, we were still very much in our early days of being a European team, and we just couldn't compete with, I think it was Rennes actually that took him instead of us. So that's fine. We'll make him regret that decision. The only other small piece of news is Montel. Now, he's injured for this one. He's due back in a week or two, so it wasn't a massively long injury, but obviously missing for this is not ideal because he is a very good player for us. Why do we keep getting this in Europe? That's just weird. So yeah, we'll see. He should be back soon, and I think we've got Istra in the league after this one, but given the start to the campaign that we've had, we are fully focused on Europe, and that is a goal kick. But was it Sanchez at the back post? I mean, it's very tight angle. It's difficult to say he should have done better, but maybe that could have gone back across goal instead of at the post. But anyway, I digress on that point. But yeah, we're not doing too badly. I think the Slaven Belupo game was just one of those. It happens. We didn't necessarily play badly. It was a little bit of bad luck defensively and just not taking chances, which can happen. Rather, it didn't, of course. But here we go. We've got a free kick to defend, and Butchman has half defended it. Let's see. Oh, Pinta does brilliantly. And we have a corner to defend now. I'm getting ever so slightly concerned about Sanchez. He is a... Oh, no. And they've scored off the rebound. And that was not what we needed. So, halfway through the first half, and we are behind to Rennes. Little bit of bad. Again, it's Sanchez. He's not... I never will judge a player too harshly on the first season because I just think that's a little bit silly. Zinco! Oh, Luka Zinco! His first of the season. Who needs Montel? That's who he's in there to replace. And Luka Zinco instantly pegs us back level. It's a really good finish, wasn't it? Header out, good first touch, steadies himself, and then just bends it in off the inside of the post as well. And we're back level before they even knew they were in front. So that is huge. Given that we did win away to Real Sociedad, we probably have that little bit of wiggle room that we can afford a little bit of a slip up at home. So if we were to get a draw here, now Rennes are on the same, they'd won their first two games as well. So they are not a bad team at all. And for whatever reason, it seems like Rennes, they seem to develop into a very strong French side. So I think that happened in the Grindavik series as well, did it not? Or am I getting the two series mixed up, which is a very good chance as well. But certainly, they just seem to, however the club is set up, favours in the football manager world to progress into a bit of a French powerhouse. Enrique has done well. Zinco again! Luka Zinco! Out of nowhere! He's been a bench player since we signed him. He gets his starting spot in the Champions League, and he's put us ahead in first half stoppage time with his second. He's put us on his back, and Zinco is carrying us towards a third win in 3 in the Champions League. It may have taken a little deflection off the defender there, but that doesn't matter. And can we get the half-time with the lead? It looks like we can. Luka Zinco take about And yeah, now we've just got to go and make sure we carry on in the second half. Don't get complacent. We'll fist pump, tell them to go out there and prove they've got what it takes. Do we want to make any changes? I don't necessarily think so. Bertic isn't having his greatest game, and we know that he is lacking match sharpness, so that could be something we could look to do. We've got Mezzaleni and Madzar on the bench. Mezzaleni is himself coming back. He's always coming back from injury. I think we've got very good but very fragile players. I think is some of our problem. But yeah, so we could make a change there. Madzar is quite good, so let's go with Madzar. Mazzolini is not, or Lenny, I should say, is not quite completely match sharp. Come on, Monsalvo. Just maybe caught out a little bit there, and they've ripped us apart through the middle. Is it offside is maybe the question. It doesn't look like that's going to come and save us. And we've been pegged back. Siraj is not having a good game. Now, he was on a heavy match load coming in, so let's get... Alright, let's go against my better judgment. Monsalvo just got... He got sucked out of the middle of our defence, and that's exactly where they went and got us, wasn't it? Alright. Come on, Noah. Let's encourage them. I wonder if we lower the tempo down a little bit, but maybe look to exploit the... No, let's look for the overlap. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm just wondering, because we were doing okay. I wonder if we just slow it down a little bit, if that might help us get the ball out into wide areas. It's not really helping us create anything, and it's not really helping us... Okay, so let's try that. Let's go back up again. Maybe hit early crosses in. Perhaps the issue with that is that, I don't know, Lako's not particularly strong in the air, is he? We've got Lako over a free kick now. It's towards the corner flag, in truth. And Butchman has been caught in possession, albeit if you're getting caught in possession, your own corner flag is not the worst spot. Or, yeah, they're like their corner flag, I guess it is. But let's see what becomes of this now. Skoko is there, can't win it back. Come on, well, we don't want to lose this from the position that we put ourselves in. I'm wondering if we just go back to how we were playing. Do we want... He's offside, I think. I hope. Sanchez has got back. I think he's offside. It's going to come down to the split second that the pass was played. But I think he's off. He is off. Okay. Everybody breathe. Alright, so let's... It does pause. Okay, so let's just go back to that. Maybe pass into space and be slightly more direct. Do we think? Oh, I tell you what. Monsalvo did his best, didn't he? Sanchez played it really well. And we perhaps, for the one of the first times there, have seen sort of the football that Sanchez can be. By just using his head and making sure that he was offside. Let's try and demand more. Can we get something late on here? No, we can't. So we were behind, we were in front, and then we were level. Second half, it was it was a very even game. In truth, it's probably about right, isn't it? But it feels, I think, from our point of view, which is always going to be biased, it feels a little bit like we should have won that one. But like I say, Rennes are a good side. They've won their 2 previous games, so we're still where we need to be. We're only 3 points off the magic 10, which should get us into the knockout rounds. And there's no reason why we can't do that from here, I wouldn't have thought. So Jarun missed chance to win. Not quite the money we could have got. Zinko, absolutely huge. I've never seen him play that well in his life. And guys, wait right there. I think it's Istra in the league. I'll play through that. Then the JAGs will go out at home against Lokomotiva. Alright, welcome back. We are getting ready for the JAGs to go out. We're hosting Lokomotiva. It's going to be an interesting game, I think, this one. But before that, we've got a league game to catch you up on. That was against Istra. So let's go see how we did. We took an early lead when Kovacic crossed for Raz. But Istra pulled back level before half-time. Substitutes Holt and Cernic combined to restore our lead. before Lako sent Turpic in to make it 3-1. So this one had all the makings of one of those games that you just don't win because your team is just getting FM'd, I guess, for lack of a better term, but we made massive changes. Enrique, Bosniak, Skoko, Mazzolini, and Bertic all got taken off, and yeah, 4 of those subs, directly involved in goals in Cernik, Holt, Turpic, and Lako. So I'll take a little bit of credit for that, but in truth, I think it was just, yeah, we just needed, I don't know if it was tied legs or what it was, but yeah, we made the changes and we were a different team and dominated the game after that. So that's all good news. Quick update of the league table after that one, because it has changed a little bit. And there we go there. We can see we are now joint top with Hajduk. We're ahead of Slaven, and Dinamo Zagreb is still there. And a win for Osijek as well means that they are only 6 points off the top. So it's, yeah, definitely, it's this point still a 6-horse race, a 5-horse race, I should say. But we are worried about the cup, and it is a 4-2-3-1 that we're expecting out of Lokomotiva. And these are the JAGs that we're sending out. We'll show you them all so you can get to know everybody. So Kosic is going in goal. We are then going to have Skolabar and Toninsky. Now, we've seen both of these guys in the first team many times before. They are good young defenders. In front of them is going to be Novak. We don't have a third centre-back right now. The other ones are all out on loan, so we can't play our back three. So Novak's going to go in as a half-back. The width on the left side will be Kovacek. He is developing very nicely. Then on the left, it's Tino. Tino is the weak point of the team. Then we've got in midfield, we've got Haska, again, another one developing very, very nicely indeed, with Perso, again, developing very nicely indeed. We just need to get rid of that fickle personality of his. And then the front three we'll be familiar with. Siraj, he will be in behind Turpic and Madzar. I'm just wondering if we want Turpic and Madzar as in that particular role or the other way. Neither of them are a particularly good deep lying forward though, so probably we do want to stick with that. All right, let's go see what these JAGs can do. Now, if you're wondering about the bench, it's more of a who's that than a who's who, but it is what it is for now. There's a few names there that are decent. Ormarkic, Tomacek, who is our very good winger that never plays. This guy's decent, a couple of decent prospects and strikers as well. And in their lineup, I don't recognise too many. This guy scored some goals against us, but he's getting on a little bit now. Ilan Kovic was with us on loan at one point. So what do we say to this? I think just go out there, play your natural game. Let's not put any extra pressure on the JAGs. It's always a weird one because they think that they're playing because I've selected the best team, not because of JAGs, obviously. So yeah, I always find it a little bit tricky to do a team talk. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Like I say, the actual, with the exception of Tino, the actual starting at, let's call them 10, is very good. I think that starting team they'd certainly, I think, avoid relegation. I don't know how far up the league they would get, but I'd be confident enough in being able to avoid relegation. So this is a team right now, newly promoted, that is in a relegation battle. So at home, I sort of want to say I'm cautiously optimistic that we might have a decent chance of getting past them here. Now, we do have another young right back, the promising right back. You may remember I showed you a couple of episodes ago, Dovishkar or something, I think his name is. He will be 17, possibly even as soon as the next round, and that is, well, that is not what we wanted there, is it? It's a good individual goal, but from our point of view, that is as soft as ice cream on a hot day, isn't it? Toninsky just got beaten far too easily. It's a cracking finish. You can see how Kostic got beaten there. But, yeah, that's not what we want to be doing. Siraj now to take a corner. It's a decent one. Goalkeeper comes a long way and is well claimed, to be fair to him. The good news is that it being such an early goal is that there is plenty of time for us to come back from that. As Toninsky nods it down to Siraj. Oh, tries to play in Turpic. Not quite. And we go again. Come on, boys. Can we win that? Tino does well. Turpic to Tino. Come on, Zivkovic. What's he got? He's done brilliantly so far as Tino. Can he whip a cross in? It's a decent ball. It's taken a deflection. And Novak has got himself a booking for a bit of a you shall not pass tackle, really. But, yeah, not too bad, I'd say. We're not doing particularly well in terms of possession. I wonder if we want to lower the tempo down with this team that we have. We probably do want to keep them trapped outside, do we? If that doesn't work, we can always... Oh, that's not a good pass from Novak. Novak is showing signs. This is not his day. I mean, ideally, we'd have him as a... I wonder if we could play him as a centre-back, as that goes just over the top. Well, let's have an actual look at that. Novak can't jump, can't tackle, not a good header of the ball, but positioning's okay. So I wonder, I wonder if we could use him. Let's experiment here. Something that I've never actually used before, if we just get him in there. Where is this libero role? On support. So he's a defender by name only, essentially. And see if that is going to work out or not. And Turpic is injured. Excellent. Well, there's one position we do have a little bit of depth in. It is striker. So that's not the worst thing. Now, do we have a deep-lying striker here? I tell you what. Ormarkic, he's not a striker, but as a deep lier, he could do okay. Actually, you know who could do it is Tomaszek. Let's go with him. All right. Come on, boys. Come on. I'd really like us to win, because we got knocked out by Gorica, I think it was, last season, wasn't it? I'd really like to get through past this round, because it would show a little bit of progress from the JAGs, from one season to the next. Now, one thing that Kosic does well, we have got quite a few of our promising players that are out on loan, so I think the JAGs would potentially be even stronger if it wasn't for that. So maybe that's something I'll need to bear in mind in future seasons, as we've just got a little bit of trouble going here. Stop the cross, please, Tino. No, into the... Oh, and it's 2-0. That's not what we wanted. All right. Let's go high line. Let's get stuck in. Let's try... Actually, no, before we do too much silly stuff, let's try and trap them inside and see if that makes any life any better for us. Yeah, I do think a big part of it is I probably need to take maybe the JAGs into consideration a little bit more when I'm loaning out players. And, I mean, Taninsky's not having a good day at all. But again, the issue is that, I mean, we literally don't have any other defenders. So there's not too much we can do about it. But yeah, if I take that into consideration when I'm loaning players out, and it might be we keep certain players around until the JAGs are knocked out, and then January is when we can loan out quite a few of the youngsters. But yeah, not a good half at all. We've done okay in terms of possession, so I wonder if what we need to do is... Okay, so let's go with unlucky. That seems to have boosted a bit of confidence. Let's go with exploit the middle. Let's go higher tempo, maybe a bit more direct. And yeah, just see if we can get something going. You could argue we've been a little bit unlucky, perhaps defensively. Novak in the middle is making me so nervous. But yeah, we've not done particularly well. I think we have to get a goal in the first few minutes here, don't we? Perso to Madzar. Madzar for Tomaszek. Tomaszek is in. Tomaszek has scored. It's been given, I think, by the ref. Or has it? Yes, it has. And we have scored early in the second half, and that was exactly what we needed. Madzar to Tomaszek, and good finish. Takes the ball in his path, slots it away, and we're back in this. 2-1. All right. Next goal is now huge, isn't it? You'd almost go as far as to say next goal wins. Oh, excuse me. Siraj is not having a good game, which is not what we need in this team. He needs to be putting us on his back and carrying us. Now, we do have one or two options that could play in that position. As there's a loose pass. Haska's picked it up. Haska to Tomaszek. Is he going to get a double? Tomaszek! He is! And we're back level. The JAGs coming back from the dead. Wonderful stuff. Let's keep demanding more. But Haska there did brilliantly. Read that pass like a book. Look at that. Off he goes. Picks it up. And then ran at the defender. Drew him in. Tomaszek on the outside. And it's 2-2. And there is still a long way to go in this one. All right. Now, in terms of replacements for Haska, for Siraj, we have probably two main options. As Skoliba does well to win that. Perso back to Skoliba. Forward for Haska. Haska for Perso. Perso could be in here. Perso could be in here. Perso has lifted it over the keeper expertly. And in 15 second half minutes, we've gone from 2-0 down to 3-2 up. And the JAGs have come to life. This finish, though, I think it was either going to ruin it or make it look extra special. Has he just dinked it? Oh, it's maybe not... It's brilliant, isn't it? It's maybe not quite as good. But, yeah, very, very nicely done. We'll give them some praise now. I think they've earned that much. And, alright, so let's just have a look here. If we were to take Siraj off, we've got Mitrovic, who is pretty good. And this guy is probably less suited to the role. So let's go with Mitrovic, who I think is actually transfer listed. But no reason why he couldn't do it. Tino is quite tired. I think he must have played an under-19s game at some point. But we don't really have another right back. So Tino will have to just keep doing his best out there. We might need to take him off. Who could we bring on out there? Ormarkic, perhaps? Plovasovic, whatever his name is. Toninsky, back we go! And it's 3-3. It's 3-3. Let's go with this guy. I don't know who he is, but at least he's a wide player. And yeah, Tino, is it just the tied legs? He couldn't go with him. And I tell you what, Kosic, I do rate him, but he's not a great shot stopper at times, is he? Yeah, he should be a little bit better maybe than that. I've got no idea who's playing right back right now, so we'll learn together. Haskar with a corner. Haskar to the back post. It is down, and it's in, and it's Mitrovic! He's got his first ever goal for the club, and it is 4-3. And, well, when I brought him on to play, I wasn't expecting him to be getting on the end of a corner, that's for sure. I wasn't on the end of a corner. It was a knockdown. So who's done the knockdown? Is it Madzar or Toninsky? Who's running away there? It's Skolabar. It's a cracking knockdown, isn't it? And Mitrovic has buried it. And now we've got some defending to do with a central midfielder in the heart of the defence and a left winger at right back. Oh, you've got to love the JAGs. There's a ball over the top. Is it going to run out? Oh, they've just about kept it in. And what is that from Novak? Turnitsky's got it clear. And Madzar now. What can he do? Madzar loses out. Oh, dear. Skolabar, can he win it back for us? Haska. Oh, I'm choking up. Haska can. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Kostic makes the save. Oh, I love the JAGs. I love when we do this. Every series. I love it. All right. Do we dare try and close this game down? I mean, we kind of do need to try something, don't we? All right, so yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know if it's even possible for this team to close it down, but we're going to give it a go. We don't want to pass into space. We'll just give it those ones, and I don't know that I want him dropping back. He is. He's got to be the worst right back in the history of football, to be honest, but that's where we're at. All right, so we will drop them back in as fullbacks on support. And if you've got something, cross it, because we're into stoppage time. And the JAGs are 6 minutes away from getting themselves into the next round. Let's focus. Let's focus. Are we going to do it? The JAGs, are they going to take a top flight scalp? Yes, they are. What a game that was. So much fun, isn't it, when the JAGs play? And we have come back from the dead, then it was nervous, and then we won again, and it was brilliant. It was such a fun game of football, that one. So Jarun win in the Cup second round. I don't know if we know who we've got yet. So Turpic is 5 weeks. Not ideal, is it? Mitrovic. Oh, that was his debut. Okay, I thought he had played before for us, but obviously not. 2 assists for Haska. He was good, wasn't he? He was good. So well done to him. Plaudits, it wasn't me, it was the players. And we've got St Etienne looking at a few of our guys. But that will do it for today. We will be back. Do we have a quarter-final date here? We do. So let's come back for the JAGs. Where are we here? No, so we'll need to come back. Man City at home. Man City and Ajax. I mean, Ajax is a big game for us. So I guess we'll come back. We'll do a Champions League doubleheader next time. Then we can do quarter-final Besiktas. And then we can get hammered twice before the... Oh, and that's after the winter break, isn't it? Yeah, so then we'll come back and do after the winter break. So that's what we'll do next time. It'll be City and Ajax. Anything we get from City will be a bonus. Ajax will need to take something, I think. Take care.